Marijuana a gateway drug? My ass. Maybe a gateway to jail just because it's illegal. Did you know that up until the early 1930s, marijuana was not only legal in this country, it was prescribed by doctors to help kill pain and offer a sense of well-being. And modern science is showing that it cures cancer, actually shrinks tumors. Research has also shown that people who smoke marijuana have less cases of mouth, throat, and esophagus and lung cancer. Okay? Probably not what some of you want to hear, but that's fine. And as for marijuana killing brain cells, there's a little something they didn't tell you about that experiment that was conducted so many moons ago. What they didn't tell you is that they put gas masks on these poor little monkeys and smoked them out like 60 joints or something within 5 minutes. And they did this every day for a few months. So they basically suffocated them. Any smoke would do that. I also saw a similar experiment done on rabbits with cigarettes, but they died. They died. The government banned marijuana in the early 1930s when they discovered you couldn't patent a plant. So what did they do? They made it illegal. They created a synthetic pharmaceutical version. They're happy to prescribe you. You can still get it to this day. And people have died on it. Do you know how many people have died on natural marijuana? None. There are 0 documented cases. 0. Can you say that about cigarettes? Can you say that about alcohol? Did you also know your body manufactures cannabinoids? It's part of your endocrine system. Endocannabinoid system. It helps control mood, metabolism, and fertility. Wouldn't it make sense if you're feeling a little down to use something that is found in nature that your body actually produces rather than a psych med? But how many of you embrace or even push pills and psych meds, but you bash marijuana? How many people have died from using these psych meds? Or they become suicidal when they weren't before? Or what about the people who flipped out and killed other people and it was totally out of character for them, but this was a side effect of psych meds? What the fuck? But you people, you preach it, you promote it, you push it, and you go to your pill push and quack doctor and you pop pills. You'll give your kids pills, but yet you freak out if they smoke pot. Well, let me tell you something. If I were a parent and I found out my kid was going to a party, I would be relieved if there were only just pot there. That's the damn truth. And some of you who are freaking out about pot, you've never even done it. But yet, how many of you pop pills? You don't even question what those chemicals are. It's just bizarre, and you need to wake the fuck up. But if my kid went to a party, I would be damn concerned if there's alcohol there. How many people die of alcohol-related accidents? Not just from wrapping their car around a tree, or ending up under a car because they were on the back of a motorcycle. I know people who have lost limbs from that and died too. Let's say you have a daughter. She goes to the party and there's booze there. She's much more likely to have a blackout, wake up with her dress over her head, her panties are gone, and so's her cherry. Yeah. Okay? You're barking up the wrong tree on what you need to fear when it comes to reefer, cannabis, ganja, dope, pot, weed. Wake up. What you need to be concerned about are these designer pills that are so popular today, which are having the same effect as alcohol, giving people blackouts and hangovers and all this stuff. And you can OD on it. Who's OD'd on marijuana? Okay? You want to talk about potheads and dopeheads and blah blah blah, and they're slackers. Excuse me. If you take away the weed, you will find those people are still fucking slackers. Do not blame it on the weed. And for some of you people who started using heavier drugs and you want to blame marijuana as the gateway drug, you're a cop-out pussy who's not being accountable. You're the same type of people who blame your friends for you becoming an alcoholic. Oh, they drink, you drink. Oh, they smoke, you smoke. Oh, they listen to emo music, you listen to emo music. Oh, you get new friends and now they're into sad, sappy country and so are you. You don't know who you are. So, don't blame it on weed. Like, I know a lady who, she started using opiates and she said, oh, marijuana was a gateway drug. It wasn't strong enough. Oh, so we're going to blame marijuana for not being strong enough. Oh, okay. So are we going to blame chamomile tea for leading people to being junkies and start shooting smack? Because, oh, the tea wasn't powerful enough. Come on. You people sound fucking ridiculous. And why don't you try being accountable? Any drug I ever used was out of my own free will. The biggest gateway for me has been my own curiosity. Okay? My own curiosity to want to know the effect of something. Am I going to blame that on some drug or substance I did prior to using a more hardcore drug? No. But then again, I'm for self-accountability. Now let's talk about marijuana addiction, withdrawals. Bullshit. Bullshit. I am a stiletto stoner from the mid-1980s. It's the end of 2011. And I have stopped doing pot from time to time cold turkey. I did not get so much as a headache. Okay? Now, let's talk about some people who claim, oh, well, when they stopped doing pot, they got irritable. Well, did it occur to you a lot of people do pot because it helps calm them? And so the irritability you're seeing is just your regular bitchy self surfacing? But you want to blame it on reefer and call it a damn withdrawal? Whatever. Whatever. I'll give the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, it's possible. I haven't experienced it. I tend to also eat my marijuana. And I will tell you, I went through a stretch for 6 months eating a quarter pound a month. It's true. I had it in my system all the time. And when I quit cold turkey, nothing. So I don't know what you fucking people are talking about with, oh, the side effects. There's a big fucking difference. Well, not side effects, I mean withdrawal. There's a big difference in something being addictive and something being habit forming. And addiction means you require more and more of it the more you use it. But guess what? The same Primo reefer I used 20 years ago would still get me high today. Now some of you go, well, that's not true, because I find when I smoke a lot of pot, I don't feel any higher. Well, guess what? That's because you're high all the time and there's no contrast. That's why when you don't smoke pot for a few days, and then you smoke some again, you feel high, because you have the contrast from not being high to feeling high. If you're high all the time, you can only get so high. You can't get any higher. So you're just maintaining a certain high. I mean, think about that. This makes perfect sense to me, and it's ridiculous I have to explain it to some people. But again, I'll be open to the unique thumbprint of each person and how things can impact people differently. But remember, there's a difference in something being habit-forming and a true addiction. A true addiction, first off, you need more and more to get the same effect, and you will have physical withdrawals if you don't get it, to the point of you could die. And you can overdose to get too much. Who's ever overdosed on pot? Come on. There's no documented death. And again, the same premium weed that got me high 20 fucking years ago would have the same effect on me today. And listen, I'm a diehard stiletto stoner. If anyone knows, I'm speaking from sheer experience. I'm going to be 42 next week, and I started smoking pot and graduated to eating it since I was about 16. Okay? So I'm not some rookie here. And I've tried all different kinds. Now, okay, let me just end on this note. There are a couple varieties of marijuana that have different effects. One I call your sleepy time PM weed. It's the indica variety. Then you have the sativa, which is your A time I need to study and go to work weed. They have a completely different effect on the system. One is a heavier sedative, the indica, and the sativa is more of a stimulant. So if you don't like the effects of one, you might want to try the other, and you will find it to be a totally different experience. So this is wonderful because when it comes to medicating people for whether it's anxiety or sluggishness or whatever, there really is the right weed for you. Okay? So keep an open mind. Do your research. Do not believe the gullible mass sheep who have they're not educated. They seem to fear things they don't know. They bought into the whole lie about marijuana being dangerous. It's ridiculous. It's like they watched Reefer Madness and they took it serious and literal. I mean, you guys are... Oh, fuck. Anyway. Okay, on that note, marijuana is not a gateway drug. The biggest gateway is your own damn curiosity. Be accountable for that. And if marijuana is not strong enough for you and you start using other drugs to get a higher or a deeper or a more intense high, you have an addictive personality. Do not blame that on marijuana. And you also find places where marijuana is legal, you do not have the paranoia you hear about. When I hear people talking about paranoia with marijuana, I've never had that, but guess what? I am not a paranoid person. And what occurred to me is also I don't feel it's a bad thing. I don't have the stigma about it. So if you're one of those people who gives a fuck what others think and you think, oh, marijuana's bad, you have a secrecy and a sense of hiding it. You're paranoid because you don't want to be found out or judged. Okay? You have a paranoid nature. Quit blaming that on marijuana. Something to think about. Then again, maybe your unique blueprint, marijuana makes you paranoid. I will consider that as a possibility. But you also need to consider what I'm saying, because there are some doctors who prescribe medical marijuana who did indicate in areas where it became legal, they saw paranoia go down. Okay? And also, if you think, oh, if they legalize marijuana for recreation use, in addition to medical use, oh, we're just going to have more potheads. No, we're not. No, we're not. Think about Prohibition when they made alcohol illegal. Alcohol was never more popular. When it's underground, I mean, you're just mistaken, because what you'll find is in places where it's legal, a person could go to a store and just get it. Whereas if it's illegal, they're going to have to go to some drug house where there could be a whole assortment of other drugs there to them, like crack and heroin and Lord only knows what else. And so then, if they're the curious type, they're going to be more prone to do other drugs, not because of the marijuana, but because of the fact it's illegal, and they're having to go to places where other and unsavory drugs are available. So think about these things. Marijuana is a wonderful medicinal herb that has a lot to benefit from. And remember, your body manufactures its own cannabinoids. It's already a part of your system. Quit attacking that and quit pushing chemical drugs and pharmaceuticals. You fucking pill poppers are amazing to me, especially with how you attack the natural alternatives that have harmed no one. I don't get you people. You're the mass sheep. You're so fucking gullible. You bought into Uncle Sam's lies and Big Pharma. You're nothing but a cash cow. You're a cash cow. A lot of people have a thing for my hair and they want to see the hair. So real quick, here it is. How is that showing up? Okay, so this is where it's at. So by this time next year, it should be down. My hair grows close to a foot a year, so it'll be well past my butt.